The new year is here and 2022 is finally over, but what a calendar year it was for the Boston Celtics. Of every team in the NBA, no squad had more wins in 2022, as the C's went 60-22. Although they couldn't add a title to their 2022 resume, last year was kind to the Celtics. In 2023, Boston can hopefully build off its red-hot start. At 26-10, the Celtics own the best record in the NBA and the top spot in the Eastern Conference. A fantastic offense led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown has pushed the C's to new heights this season, but the team's relative health has also factored into its success. Through 36 games, Tatum and Brown have missed just 2 games each. Plus, Derek White has played every single game and Grant Williams has just missed one. Even Marcus Smart, who often has to deal with lingering injuries, has played in 32 games during the 2022-23 campaign. Meanwhile, the 36-year-old Al Horford has rested for a few outings and took some time off for the birth of his child, yet he has still played in 27 games this season. The recovering Robert Williams III has only participated in 6 games, unfortunately, and might miss the New Year's Day matchup against the Denver Nuggets, yet the C's value his long-term health more than his presence in a regular season game. So, with rest and injury prevention in mind, staying healthy is a perfect New Year's resolution for Boston. But first, if you are new to the Celtics news channel, take advantage and subscribe so you don't miss the latest news that happens in the world of basketball. We are always bringing you firsthand here. Enjoy and like this video, so that YouTube continues to bring you the latest Celtics news in the world of basketball. The mentality of focusing on overall health is popular throughout the NBA, and it could be useful for the Celtics as they manage the minutes of Williams and Malcolm Brogdon, who has a lengthy injury history of his own. Although it can take away from the excitement of certain regular season games, this load management has been adopted by some of the league's top teams. Last season, the C's struggled so much early that resting key starters simply wasn't an option when nearly every game felt like a must-win. This season, the C's could perhaps lighten the load of their stars later on if they can continue their winning ways. The longevity of Tatum and Brown cannot be taken for granted, especially in a season where Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, James Harden, Chris Middleton, and more former All-Stars have already sustained tough injuries. So, the C's must protect their stars at all costs and make sure they're ready for the long haul. During last year's playoffs, the Celtics were visibly gassed and a veteran team like the Warriors easily took advantage of that. To avoid a similar fate this postseason, Boston might have to start thinking of future games Tatum or Brown could sit for, especially when you realize Tatum has played more minutes than anyone else in the NBA over the last 5 seasons. It's not the most exciting strategy, but it can help ensure a healthy roster for the playoffs and avoid postseason fatigue. Yet, it's critical that the Celtics keep winning, because teams that begin to drop in the standings cannot afford the luxury of resting important players. If Boston can manage to enter the playoffs with a well-rested, healthy starting 5, there aren't many squads that can take them down. Of course, some injuries are impossible to prepare for, but as it stands, the Boston Celtics championship window is far from closed.